We are back on Morning Line. Thanks for joining us. Talking Metro Action Commission. We can take your phone call, 737-7587. Some of the benefits that are out there to help people in need. Got two great guests with us this morning. Marvin Cox is with us. You are, it says, the Community Programs Director. And Lisa McGrady as well. Yeah, you're both very well spoken and laying this out there that we have to. People need to know about this. And that's what this show's about. We have Joe on line one that waited through the break. Joe, good morning. Hi, Joe.
Good morning.
Good morning. What can we do for you?
I've like a medical assistant problem. I've got insurance. I've not worked since 2014. I got hurt. And my wife's got a little job at Walmart, but I'm not having any luck. And sent me to the pain specialist, and they've denied me an appointment because I haven't got my bill caught up. They won't even give me an appointment.
So you're wondering about maybe getting help dealing with some of your medical bills and then also maybe looking for a job, or is that something you want to try to do right now?
Yeah, I'm looking, but, I'm not having any luck.
Okay, and your income levels right now, are you on Social Security disability? What are you guys living on?
Her paycheck.
Okay, do you happen to know how much she makes?
About $30,000.
Okay, all right. All right, let's touch on a few of these points and we'll see if we can help Joe. Okay. First, with regard to medical, can you refer him? I know, or do you guys help at all with medical bills?
We definitely can refer him. We have an incredible referral system with several, with Metro 311 is one of them, the United Way, and there are some other organizations throughout our city that potentially could help, so they would get more information. So if he came into our office, and often this happens, they come in to apply for what they came in to apply for, but then they mention things like this to us. And so we're able to hear that and say, okay, here's who I want you to call. What we like to do is make what we call a warm referral. And so we're not saying, okay, just go call this organization, here's the number. Oftentimes we have a specific person that we want that customer to speak to, because a lot of things happen, sometimes it's a little bit challenging and intimidating to open up to a stranger, because we're strangers at that point, but then, once we have the conversations, we have it. So what we don't want to do is we want to keep that, let them know that we are here to help, and that we don't consider you a stranger anymore. We want to also now see what else can we do. What other programs can you apply for that helps with a myriad of things that you have going on. So if he can go, now does he have to come down? And by the way, do you have to have an appointment? Okay, so what's the number? I haven't given that out yet. What number do you want them? 615-862-8860. 862-8860. And that can be, you can call to get information, or do you have to set up an appointment, or do you take drop-ins at the office? You can drop in.
Or whatever.
The appointments really apply for people who are applying for
rent, mortgage, your basic necessities.
So he needs a way maybe where you guys can refer him, see if he can get whatever treatment he needs, whether it's pain management or whatever, then maybe he can then go through one of your programs to get help with a job.
Well, if you can give him, my extension is 70120. So if I can have him to call me directly, I'll be glad to follow up.
I mean, we're live on the air going into some 500,000 homes. Can you give out your personal home number too?
Home number?
Just kidding. Okay, so we'll mention these numbers again for folks to get it. But now, what were you saying then? If he gets you through that extension?
Well, I like to talk to him directly, one-on-one, to get more information. So as I get more information, then I'll reach out to our partners and then see what solution we can come up for him. Because it seems like that's a specific situation, so I like to do some one-on-one conversation with him about the situation, check out resources, then follow back up with him.
All right, Joe, so we'll give out that number again. Get a pen and paper and have that handy for before the end of the show. I'll give that out a couple more times. And that's nice of you, the extension, and that's great. Yeah, people like that, because sometimes they don't know where to turn. That's the thing that's tough. And there are a lot of organizations to help. What I like is that you can refer folks if you can't handle it yourself. All right, is there anything else? I know we wanted to touch on the two main things, energy assistance and Head Start. Before we get to Head Start, anything more people need to know that we haven't touched on energy assistance as we approach the warm summer months now?
Just making sure that they're applying. I mean, we have a lot of money that we need to spend.
Isn't that funny that you say that?
Yeah,
That's great.
because there have been times, years and years ago, where we did actually run out of funds, or we had such a large influx of customers that it was hard for us to handle, get through the lines. We don't have lines anymore.
Okay.
We have a really great streamlined
I remember the
system.
lines. Oh God.
Yeah, it was really
long.
challenging, but we don't have those anymore.
That's great. That's great. Well, so yeah, you don't have to own the home to get assistance.
You do not.
Your energy source does not have to necessarily be gas or electric. You can have
correct.
propane, wood, kerosene, coal. What about nuclear power?
Not yet.
Okay, just thought I'd throw that out
Not
there.
yet, not yet.
And if you need assistance, it's important that your services are in an active status, meaning your service has not been disconnected due to due payment. That's why you were saying, is that right? So you hit on it before it's disconnected.
Right.
What if it gets disconnected?
If it's disconnected, we would contact NES regarding that situation. So if it's, long as it's not gone into a final status, meaning that it has not gone to a collection item for NES, we can still assist. But our hope is that we don't want any families to be disconnected. So that's why we're encouraging families to start right now to go ahead and make their application, so we won't have to worry about the power being disconnected. And then you got to pay a deposit as well. So that would add more to the family. They have to have more financial resources. So we're strongly encouraging individuals, if you have a current bill and you meet the income guidelines, please go ahead and apply with the Metropolitan Action Commission.
Do you also do this with water bills or no?
We do. We do have a water.
Sometimes water, and if they weren't able to pay the water bill, that's the thing. Can you imagine? We all live in an apartment, condo, or homes. If all of a sudden I got up one morning and there was no water or electricity, that is a huge thing.
Yeah.
On a lot of fronts.
So that's a program that has a few more criteria as far as the qualification is concerned. So you have to, if you just...
The energy assistance, water assistance is based on a unforeseen circumstance. Let's say I'm working and unfortunately I got injured on the job. So that's going to take me off for a period of time. So that's going to impact my financial resources. That person would be eligible to come into our office because it was unforeseen circumstances. I'm going to be laid off for a month and I need assistance with my water bill. So we'll be able to assist that family with their water bill.
It's like an emergency situation.
Exactly. And that is with an appointment. So we set up a time frame where that individual will come in and meet with one of our team members, and we will look at their situation and see if they're eligible. But also, while while we're seeing them, they could be eligible for the energy assistance program. So what we would do at the same time,
they probably go hand in hand. If you can't make your electric bill, you're not making your water bill.
Application for them to get assistance as well. So that's another barrier that they don't have to worry about. I'm going to be off for a month. I don't have to worry about my water bill, and I don't have to worry about my electric or gas bill because it's already been taken care of.
And so we want people to kind of open up to us and let us know all of what's going to, because we're listening for certain things. So if we can't do it, we know who can. And so someone that's coming in for water, they may not even think about the energy bill as well, the electricity bill or a natural gas bill. And so, but we're listening for those types of things, and we're also asking, what else is going on, in the home? What else do you have?
What if they said to you, okay, what about my phone bill? Be it a landline, we don't see as many of those anymore, or a cell phone, and I don't view that necessarily as a convenience, that's just so they can play games on their iPhone. Or I view that as, we talked during one of the breaks, you got to have that phone for that job and for emergencies and things like this. Can you help on that?
We can't help with the bill or the phone. However, there is a program, and I can't think of the name of it, but there is a booth right outside of the Department of Human Services.
Which is just down from you. I asked her about
right just down the street.
What are they handing out there? And what is that?
And so people who are eligible for food stamps, there's a program that they get free cell phones. And so they're what's called a minute phone. So there's a limit on the amount of talking time that you have. But what that does is that if you have a child in childcare or school or whatever, they're able to get in touch with you. If you have an emergency, you're able to reach out and get, if you're looking for a job or you have a job and you're calling, everybody needs a way to communicate.
Absolutely.
And so some people, that is just a luxury for them because they're trying to manage some other things. And so with us being able to refer people to,
It's just down the road
you know,
from
just
you.
right down the street,
Yep.
that's incredible.
No, I think that's a big thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's interesting that you would say that. Now I know what it is they're dealing with there. And it makes a huge difference if you can communicate. Listen, we'll take a break. When we come back, our final segment with our guests, the phone line's open, 737-7587. Also, when we come back, for those of you, dealing with small children, a little more on Head Start.
Absolutely.
How about that? We'll take a break and be back right after this.